In our last segment, we have discussed about microorganisms, particularly virus and bacteria. Today we are going to start Protozoa. Protozoa, another type of microorganism. What are Protozoa? Protozoa are unicellular microscopic organisms. Unicellular microscopic, obviously these are microscopic as they are microorganisms. So they are unicellular and microscopic in nature. They do not have cell wall. They do not have cell wall or chloroplast, but do have nucleus. Since they don't have chloroplast, so they are heterotrophic in nature. They are heterotrophic in nature. Or rather, you can say that show heterotrophic nutrition. They are said to be the link between unicellular algae and small aquatic organisms. They are said to be link between unicellular algae. We will discuss later on about algae and small aquatic organisms. They reproduce by binary fission. Reproduction by binary fission. And finally, they have locomotory organs, and their locomotory organs are pseudopodia, cilia, or flagella. So, these are all about the characteristics of Protozoa. Now we come to the examples are amoeba, Euglena, Paramecium. Regarding Euglena, I have to say something. Some protozoan, like Euglena, they contain chlorophyll and can able to perform the photosynthesis. So, Euglena is a type of protozoa which can able to perform photosynthesis. And able to produce their own food, so they are autotrophic in nature. Apart from their heterotrophic nutrition, as we have mentioned here, most of the protozoans are heterotrophic in nature. There are protozoan like Euglena which can able to perform photosynthesis, and subsequently they are autotrophic in nature. So this is all about protozoa. Now in our next part we'll discuss about fungi. Let's start fungi or fungus. What about fungus? First of all, they have cell wall and nucleus but do not have chloroplast. They have cell wall, nucleus, but do not have chloroplast. As a result of which, they are obviously cannot prepare their own food, thereby they are heterotrophic in nature. Specifically, their mode of nutrition is saprophytic in nature. Saprophytic, what does it mean? Saprophytic nutrition involves which means actually the nutrition based on dead or decaying organic matter. Dead or decaying organic matter. So in short, we can say that fungi take their nutrition from dead or decaying organic matter since they are saprophytic in nature. Saprophytic mode of nutrition means which based on dead or decaying organic matters for their nutrition. They may be unicellular, like yeast, or maybe multicellular, like bread mold or rhizopus, cell. Their body may be made up of single cell or more than one cell. Now, if we go through their structural appearance, the main body of most fungi, which are normally unicellular in nature, made up of fine, branching, usually colorless, thread-like structure, which is known as hyphae. This thread-like structure is known as hyphae. This is known as hyphae. The interconnected hyphae, make up a tangled web. So, these hyphae, a large number of such hyphae may interconnect, or we can say intervening, to make up a web. Tangled web. Make up a tangled web, which is known as mycelium. This tangled web-like structure is known as mycelium. So this is all about the characteristic feature of fungi. Example, as we have mentioned during our discussion, like yeast, penicillium, rhizopus, etc. Later on, we will discuss about its economic importance or its beneficial and as well as their harmful effect. Now, we switch over to the next part, which deals with algae. the third type of microorganism for today's segment is algae. Algae are predominantly chlorophyllous in nature. So, their green plant-like structure, green plant, but they do not have true root, stem and leaves. Do not have true root, stem or leaves. As a result, their body is known as thallus and they are thallophytes. But they contain chlorophyll, they can prepare their own food, so they are autotrophic in nature. They are autotrophic in nature. They can prepare their own food. Cell contain cell wall and obviously chloroplast. Mostly unicellular. But there are algae which are multicellular. Or filamentous body, we can say, like Spirogyra. They're filamentous in nature. Their stored food is starch. Stored food is starch. So, this is the basic characteristic features of algae. And the examples are Spirogyra, volvox, then we can say such sort of algae, Spirogyra, volvox, etc. are known to be the examples of algae. So, we have completed the discussion on various type of microorganisms in our previous segment and today's segment. In the next segment, we'll discuss on the harmful and beneficial effects of microorganisms. Thank you. For testing your understanding of this lesson and more videos, log on to www.tubelessons.net.